To engage God to produce results, you must understand times and seasons. When Daniel Shedrach went to pray in chapter 2, they needed interpretation. You know what they came to God? They said, "Blessed are you, O God, because you changed what? Times and seasons. You changed kings and do what? And set up what? Kings." There was a way these guys prayed. The prayer that moves God into action is the prayer that is done according to the timings of God. For I will arise and have mercy upon Zion, because the set time has come. So you can be praying, there's no result. You know why? You don't know the timings of God. So if I want to get job, the first prayer is, "Lord, is this job my own?" Yes, it's your own. That's all we need. When I go to prayer, it's not, "Lord, give me job." It's, "Lord, I collect my appointment letter." Me that pray, "God, give me job," he can still, you only be say that one hard pass. So when Daniel needed to deliver the children of Israel, the Bible says he went. So I come to item number 2. The prayer that swings God into action for lifting is a prayer that is done in line with history. I say number 1, what? Understanding time. Number 2, understanding what? History. What we call track record. So in Psalm 132, the generation came. They knew that based on their work with God, there is no much stamina for them to move God into action. So when they came, they say, "Oh God, remember David and all the promises." So and I believe when they started mentioning to God what he promised David. So maybe they told God that, "God, remember you told David that if his children sin, I will take them to captivity. But in the day where they cry for mercy, I will do what? I will come again." Did you study intercessors in the Bible? Whenever they were praying, they were making reference to the covenant of Abraham, Isaac, and what? And Jacob. Understanding your history. Lord, I woke up, I saw that they told me my grandmother she was the one that does burkutu in the village. Lord, I now notice that all my aunties are drunkards. They are no longer in their husband's house. You are drawing history. Lord, I noticed that all the husbands my sisters marry are average. Lord, can you make my own? You are already praying with what? With historical facts. So the Bible says Daniel was tired of captivity because he was already, he was a governor in Babylon. So he was doing good, right? He was driving jeep. Just like many of our Christian politicians and pastors, they are not worried about genocide because they are still in driving what? They are still driving jeeps. But you are still driving jeep, we are still in captivity. So it's still nothing. So a day came that Daniel got tired. And then he began to read. What did God say about this, our captivity? The Bible says, "And I, Daniel, understood by books, by reading the scroll of the prophet Jeremiah, I understood that the number of years apportioned to Israel to stay in captivity was what? Was 70. And as at that time, they had already elapsed. So he went session. That was how Israel was delivered. Because he prayed a prayer that could engage God to swing to action. Esther was in the palace. She's a queen. She's a queen. She was a slave queen. Mordecai told her that, "Let me tell you, he get the way hand go touch you, John." Some pastors are not worried about genocide. Hand goes to reach everybody. Don't worry, hand will reach. Mordecai told Esther, "You are a Jew too." And she had to swing into what? Into action. The prayer that engages God to produce result. David would have gathered army and gone and died. But the sons of Issachar, I would say they had understanding of the time and they knew what Israel ought to. And they told David, let's go and bring what? Let's go and bring the ark. And when you are coming, dance before it. Another guy I saw that understood that thing was this guy's Hezekiah and Jehoshaphat. Yeah, Jehoshaphat. When he was going for war, he was always putting musicians what? In front. Because he studied history. You know, see. If you want to produce my results, I hope you know you don't even need to pray to God. Just look at what I do, you will produce the result. And was it not last week I told you in every 50 sermons of every preacher, you must find his code. Even if he doesn't want to what? Tell you. Your seasons of lifting will not come if you don't understand spiritual timings. Because the prayer that produces result are prayers that are prayed in line with the timings and the word seasons of God. Say, blessed are you, O Lord our God. You are eternity's only King. See, let me explain that song. He said, blessed are you, O Lord, because your word brings on what? The evil. He says, by wisdom, O God, heaven's gates opened up. See, that thing no be song go. Inside song, the guy told you, by wisdom, heaven's gates do what? They open. You are just singing melody. It's not all this your no. These guys are priests. They are in the song. The guy was explaining to you how Israel wins. He said, by wisdom, heaven's gates open up. He said, by understanding, you order what? Seasons. He said, you create heaven. You create day and night. You are bringing what? Darkness into light. You are arranging the stars in their seasons. He said, your word brings the evening. So Elijah wanted to be lifted in Israel. He wanted to establish his dominion as the prophet of Israel. I hope you know in that day, the prophetic office was under contention. Because Jezebel was already using the prophet of what? Of Baal. She had made them national figures. So Elijah needed to be lifted. And the guy knows that the prayer that brings God down has to be a prayer that is done with alignment. A prayer that is done with revelation. A prayer that is done historically. So he remembered that in the law, the fire was meant to be refueled in the evening. He now remembered also that there is a time in Israel where they bring God. Because I hope you know, I don't want to, in Bible timing, God does not come in the afternoon. God comes in the morning and in the cool in the evening. That's why you want to pray by 1 p.m. you struggle to connect, because that's not when God comes. But when you wake up 5 a.m. and then breeze is just blowing, you just notice time they go, you are not even aware. And then sometimes when it is 12 or let's say 5 p.m. we start prayer, you notice it is easy compared to the 11 a.m. the 12, because in Bible timing God comes in the morning and in the evening. So Elijah remembered that God comes in the evening. So you know what he did to the prophet of Baal? He took them to the evening. He told them, keep offering, call this your God. The guy was, the Bible says, and when it was time for the evening what? Obey. We will not be lifted. See, the problem of Nigeria currently is that our priesthood cannot touch government. The priesthood of the church can't touch government. When Daniel was praying, when he was about to be lifted, he thought it was an earthly matter. No. Gabriel told him, when I come to deliver this, when I was coming, the prince of Persia did what? He hindered me. So there was a battle of spirits. And Gabriel could not fight him. If Daniel has stopped that 21 days prayer, problem for day. I hope you know there are people that have preached that he should have slept the first day. Not so. If he should have slept, God would have not needed to put 21 days. It was that 21 days journey that released Michael. And I used to ask, how can a man's prayer release both Angel Michael and Angel Gabriel? And when Gabriel said, when Michael is still fighting, I came to give you message so that I will go and join what? Michael. And guess what? When they dethroned the prince of Persia, the Bible said the prince of what? Gracia. There are princes, oh.